Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2 Fall of the Western Roman Empire Let's Play. In the last episode, we were able to expand our kingdom, if, you know, that's, I guess, what we're going to call it. We were able to expand our realm, I guess, by another five provinces. We were able to conquer these four here, out from under the Ostrogothic king. And he is now our vassal, basically demoted to a duke. And we were also able to become the liege over his former vassals as well. And then in this little territory here, this prefect, Decius, was smart enough to join us willingly. And so we didn't have to actually fight or conquer him. He recognized our power and decided to just come aboard. And so in the future, I will try to reward that intelligence, and I guess it's not loyalty yet, but we'll see. Anyways, if we end up making like a duchy or a petty kingdom here under our empire, I'll look to him or his heirs for that. Also, I've made my wife the keeper of the swans just because I wanted her to be a little bit more fond of me than she currently is. Wives being close to us and all could potentially assassinate us if we're not careful. And then finally, I gave Ramia to our newest friend, Prince Codadad, who is a pretender to the throne of the Sassanid Empire. Now, the reason I did that, as I discussed in the last episode, is because he has a claim on the Sassanid Empire, a strong one, so it'll be inherited to his children or whatever. And so my thinking was that even though I'm probably never ever going to try to press a claim on the Sassanid Empire, if we ever wanted the possibility, it might be cool to fuse royal bloodlines and marry one of his children or grandchildren or somewhere down the line to one of the Nepos children that are from our sister and Romulus's bloodline that have all the Roman claims. So we could have like one super ultra royal bloodline. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get things started. As soon as this war in Italy ends, we are going to declare war on them ourselves and try to claim as much of that territory as we can. Now, I don't know how much of it we're going to be able to gobble up. Let's actually kind of speculate that right now. So there's effectively three options we have in declaring war. We can claim Italy in the name of Romulus, the father of our potential heirs. Now, we only get a portion of it, as you can see here. It looks like we do get all the way down to the southern end of the peninsula, which is something I wasn't quite sure about last episode. And then for whatever reason, this little bit of land up here, but none of this. Or it's difficult to tell what is currently held by them and what isn't, because both factions, the revolt faction and the main faction, have the same color. But clearly we don't get any of this, regardless of who's holding it. So that is a bit of a problem. Now we can also claim it for ourselves. It will cost us... why isn't the blue showing? Do I just get the... Okay. I'm wary of that now. But we could claim it for ourselves, potentially. We'd have to be careful to ensure that we get the right, land for it and whatnot. Which is why I'm waiting until this war is over, because obviously if we declare war before it is, anything held by the revolt remains with the revolt, and we don't want that. So anyways, back to what we were discussing. The other option... Oh, there's a new option. What is this? Hang on here. Stuff is popping up. Let's see. Yehudai of Bori, this is like steward, has several contacts among the Radonites. This Jewish merchant network supposedly stretches across the entirety of the known world, from Western Europe all the way to distant Cathay, and these contacts have been a great boon to the development of the realm's economy. Nice. I guess it pays to have a Jewish steward. Sweet. Anyways, back to what we were trying to do there. So, who is this? Ah, we can claim that in the name of, I believe it's our vassal that holds this adjacent province right here. I guess he's got a claim on it. We could press it for him. I don't see any point though, because I'm pretty sure if we declare reconquest of Annonaria, yeah, got it. If we declare conquest of Annonaria, we get that and everything else in what is effectively Cisalpine Gaul. So basically everything that isn't Italia, it looks like. Yeah. So we'll probably do that first, just to keep things contiguous. That way all of our territory connects. It'll be easier to march our armies around and whatnot. Then we can decide whether we want to do a reconquest of Italia in our own name, or if we want to claim it for Romulus without spending the gold and prestige. Now, again, the reason why we want to do that, why we might want to do that, is because if we are able to maneuver in the way that we're hoping, his heir and our heir will be the same person. And then it doesn't matter if it's in his name or in mine, because it will eventually be handed over to the same person regardless. So it gives us some time to think about whether or not we want to do that. And again, the main reason for that is because it would save us a lot of gold and prestige. Although those things are very quickly becoming less and less of an issue as we move on. So it may not be a problem. He is still fighting several wars though, so we are going to have to wait. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that's actively holding land against him. So, to that end, that's probably the only one that we need to worry about. Yeah, those guys are all part of the revolt. This is clearly part of the revolt. That's their capital. That, I'm assuming, is as well. It looks like the border is the same color. Yeah. Okay, so, plenty of revolt strongholds still up. Oh, I forgot to do this. Whoops. Prince Gaius. So this is my younger son. He's got really high learning. I'm going to have the bishop be his guardian as well. Again, I'm hoping that they'll willingly become priests and I won't have to do what I'm planning to do, which is essentially kidnap them and force them to take the vows. Let's see. Seeks to kill Shahab. I don't know who that is. I'm just going to ask you very kindly not to, in case there's somebody important that I'm neglecting to remember. Alright, so sorry for the interruption there. Let's get moving on. And I completely lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I'd like to make a move on these guys as soon as possible. Unfortunately, making a move on, let's see, he's going to accept and not murder anybody. Making a move on these guys will cost us too much prestige and gold, which would significantly set us back. Therefore, as much as I'd like to add this little bit of Pannonia onto my kingdom, it's just not feasible right now. Spending that much gold and prestige on 3 provinces doesn't make sense when that same amount of gold and prestige can net us many, many more. And a significant part of the empire that we're trying to forge here. So yeah. How much is it going to cost me to create this title, by the way? 400 prestige. Oh, it's going to give me 400 prestige. It's going to cost me 244 gold, though. And 200 piety. Why does it cost piety to make a title? Oh well. I'm not going to bother with it now. It looks like... What's happening here? Somebody's besieging it, but I can't tell who. Ah, that's who. Right. Another Jewish exile, huh? Okay, and he's quite the diplomat. Is he better than... No, I was going to say probably not. Probably not. Did I ever marry you off? No, I didn't. I can help you with that, though. Let's see. Old Saxon, huh? Or a Parthian. Sure, why not? They might not be young enough to have children, but I don't mind giving it a shot. Just because, again, I do want to continually expand my court. I should really stay on top of this better. Because I'm sure I've fallen behind and it's probably too late in a few cases. Yeah, he's 52. I'm willing to bet that's too old. I just found you a wife. What about you? Yeah, you've been married for a while. You're married. Who are you again? Constance Crixus? Well, you're 25. Let's find you a wife. I think she's too good a character for him, if I'm being honest. So... she's Roman. Claim to Liguria. That's interesting. He has several claims, actually. Huh. None of them are strong claims. They're all weak, but still, he's got several. What do you have a claim on? You're Britain. Roman. Yeah, let's just marry them together. There you go. And is there anybody else that I missed? I'm sure that there is. You have a daughter, so I'm pretty sure you're married, or at least you were. We need to find you one. 36. Is there anybody similar in age to you? She is landed, so that'll be a problem. I guess I could marry you to her. Perfect. Just don't go anywhere. I'll be so upset if he leaves. Okay, good. Because that's my spy master, and he's really, really good. He does like me quite a bit, too, which is nice. Let's see. I'm going to send you a bit of gold, just so you're a little bit happier with me. Have I sent you any gold recently? No? Let's do that then. And when's the last time I sent you gold? Okay, apparently I sent him too much. But at least they all like me to at least a moderate degree. And I'll send some gold your way too. Caught my nephew Romulus lying to me again, straight to my face without batting an eye. Romulus is the younger nephew. So, deceitful? Are we okay with that? Does round him out a little bit more as a character, but prior to that he was actually a fairly good diplomat. Let's talk to him about honesty. I am worried about him being too good at intrigue because he will have the same claims as his brother. Actually, no. No, he won't, because it's only inherited by the successor, I believe. So potentially he won't have the same claims. However, he will still be potentially a claimant on something, and therefore him being good at intrigue could be dangerous for us. Let's see. My vassal Prince Gibberish of Ostrogothica has required that a lower rank vassal should serve him rather than me directly. And who is this vassal that you're referring to? Count Reles of Savaria. I disagree. I think he should serve me directly. You are not... Are you still the Duke? You are still the Duke. So, in theory, he's right. Huh. Let's see. What does this do? Well, let's look at all the options. So he has a point. Count Reles becomes his vassal. We can decline. He'll like me a little bit less for a couple years. Or I can say that I like my other vassal better. And this is available because of my intrigue. So that Count's opinion of me goes up. Count Relics of Savaria gets a claim on him. I feel like that's not that. It should have more than that or something. And then he likes me even less. But he already likes me minus 100. So does it matter at that point? I'm going to say no. Let's do it. Because that just made this guy like me a little bit more. And I might be able to throw some money at him and make him like me even a lot more. Yeah, so we can turn this guy toward us. What about you? We could probably do that too. These guys are Romano-Gothic, by the way. I'm just noticing that. So even though they were the kingdom of the Ostrogoths, it looked like they are Romanized. So I don't necessarily need to... Hold on, there's plots happening. I don't necessarily need to replace them. Kidnap Lucius, a member of my court. How about you don't? I feel like this guy is just a constant problem. He was the one trying to assassinate somebody before as well. Can I just lock you up? Well, too late now. I already tried to end it. But if he does something else, I'm going to lock him up for it. And just let that be that. So, that war continues. Losing patience. I'm getting very tempted to just take this right now, but that's not a good idea. Whoa, what happened here? Somebody just broke away from the Byzantines. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. They just looked really similar. I'm willing to bet you're probably brothers. No, actually. You guys just all kind of look the same. Alright. He's not from the Sassanid dynasty, though. But for whatever reason, he just completely split off. And he is not at war with the Empire for whatever reason. Is the Empire falling apart? Is the Empire at war with anybody? Not actively. And it looks like Justinian is your heir. So this is playing out historically. Although it remains to be seen what year Justinian will take over. And then Justinian's heir should be... And I don't know if this will actually be the case. No. You also don't have any children. Oh, that was the same lady. Okay, so historically, just I believe that the Eastern Emperor at the time dies without an heir. Justinian, being a member of his Imperial Guard, he's like Emperor's Guard, whatever, bodyguard, takes over to assert order, basically, and becomes emperor. And his heir ends up being his nephew, Justin. But obviously he didn't have a nephew named Justin. What are you trying to do? Seeks to kill Prefect Decius. Can you not? Can you guys just stop with the plotting and the scheming? Only I'm allowed to do the plotting and the scheming because I'm the player. You guys are just pawns in my way. Speaking of plots and scheming, why is this taking so damn long? We're down to 90%. Let's get you in on this. 3%, 3%. Can we do better than 3? It doesn't look like it. But at least our new Persian friend is in on it. And we're up to 100% again. If I need to, I can move my Spy Master over, but I'm reluctant to. Because he prevents plots from happening under my nose, which, you know, could potentially be somebody trying to kill me. Let's see. These factions are building against me. I'm going to throw some money at you. Hopefully make you kind of cancel that, perhaps. I'm surprised that this guy is still engaged in plots against me, given that he likes me a little bit. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do at the moment. I wish that this war would end. Let's see. 66 in favor of the Italian revolt, really? That's really interesting. It could be very bad for us as well if they break away. That is even more territory I have to go out of my way to claim. Which is something I generally don't want to have to do. I'd prefer to take it all in lump sums. Are you from Alemannia as well? Yes. Okay. Alemannians are Germans. This is like a Roman successor state, if I'm not mistaken. These are obviously the Visigoths. Let's see. There's the Burgundians. Uh-oh. Are we paranoid now? 3% chance. Were we that unlucky? No, we weren't. Whew. Fabricated claim on the province of Pannonia Inferior. Yeah, how about you don't? Actually, hold on here. That is this guy, who does like me a little bit. However, he did just give me a perfectly good reason to revoke one of his titles. I think I have to imprison him first. Let's lock him up. He's rebelled. Let's go in and stomp him. I'm not going to call in the Legion. I'm just going to call in my own troops. It's cleaner that way. I don't have to spend money also. I'm going to disband you guys because you're going to march right through. Actually, no. I'm just going to manually maneuver you around. Nope, come on. I held shift. Give me a break here. Oh, no, I hit caps lock on accident. Whoops. There we go. Okay, yeah, don't march through enemy territory to get here, please. So he's got, what, about 600? We've got like 3,000. Yeah, that should be pretty straightforward. This guy had a daughter? Cool, so they weren't too old to have children. You never know with these characters. We thought our wife was going to be too old, and then she had 2 sons. Seeks to kill this guy again. 70% chance he might declare war or flee. I'm going to do it since he just doesn't stop with the plots. Okay, they're marching on one of my territories. I'm going to need to merge you. Again, no leader on the right flank. So let's assign one. Where are you headed? Here? If I start marching them here, they should rethink that plan. Yeah, and then I can just wait. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you headed now? Okay. That is here. Alright, I don't care if you do that. Any day now, guys. Come on. This war's not going to fight itself. She's using delaying tactics right now. There we go. Okay, stay there. Let the rest of our troops arrive. Then we'll go after them. Crush them. And then besiege their land. There we go. And now that they've arrived, we'll pull up right behind them. I don't think they'll be able to get away. And then it's just a matter of marching back here and taking that land as well. Okay. They've already got 8 war score despite not doing anything. I don't like the way war score is calculated in this version of Crusader Kings. It seems to be far too overzealous for the defending faction. Basically, all they have to do is exist and they get war score. So Romulus asks, how can I best serve the Nicene faith? This is our nephew. So we can turn him into a zealot, or we can try to make him just. Right? Okay, so brave, potentially a zealot, or just potentially a zealot. I think just is the better trait. So let's go with just. Okay, he is just. That was this kid. Yeah, he's not bad. For a 12-year-old? I've seen worse. Okay, that gave us a nice little bit of war score there. Defeating the army entirely should add more to it, but we're not going to get very far doing that. We're going to need to besiege him still. Off we go. Did that war end? No. It's just apparently cleared up over here. Shame, shame, shame. Well, we have to resolve this first anyways. Okay, there we go. And do I want to assault these holdings? I don't think I'm in a hurry to be anywhere. And I am trying to preserve my numbers for the ensuing wars. So I think it's probably best that I don't. Yeah. Let's keep our numbers up. How are you still gaining war score? Julius Nepos is now of legal age. He became a skilled tactician. I was hoping he'd be better than that. That's a bit disappointing, honestly. Oh well. She's still 10, so they're going to have to wait 6 years to get married. But that's okay. Come on. Yeah, he gets like 4 war score every month, even though I'm besieging him. Just because I'm not holding that one province. That is kind of ridiculous. Alright, any day now. Come on. You guys were faster, we could have been home by Christmas. There we go. Let's go ahead and enforce our demands. Okay. Let's go ahead and revoke your title. Let's get you guys home. And now my domain is too big. So here's the issue. I want this province. Actually, when did my domain size go down? What the hell happened there? My diplomacy is lower. I'm going to cancel that ambition. And I should be able to increase my diplomacy again. Yeah. So we need to get it back up to 8. That will increase my domain size. And potentially we could go over 8. But once we hit 8, we can't improve it any further. It's weird. So, like, if we're at 7, we can use this ambition to gain more diplomacy. But if in the event that triggers we gain like 3 diplomacy, then we can get up to 10. Or, you know, however much we get. But if we get 1 and we end up at 8, then that cuts us off. So hopefully we get like a big chunk of it and we end up higher than where we were. But we need to get our domain size back up to 7. I want this. I need that plot to go through so that I can get that province back. And then I will potentially give this guy land elsewhere. I want to have all of Dalmatia under my banner and not divide it up. Although technically this is part of Dalmatia too, but whatever. I didn't want that one. It stuck out to the side, and I can only do 7. As far as I've seen. Like, we would need a lot of diplomacy to go above 7. So, I'm not going to worry about it. Actually, that reminds me. I don't know why it reminded me, but we haven't looked at this in a while. Okay, well, I guess there was no need to. Julius Nepos, you're looking good with that helmet on, man. I'm digging it. Did your martial skill go up even more? Well, you're welcome to become a commander for me. We'll try to keep you out of fighting if possible, though, because I really hate for you to die in battle. But at least it's something to do, and you'll like me a bit more for it. Why isn't this plot working? Alright, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these two. Dangerous factions. He's been at 80% for a while. There's just nothing I can do about it. And I would still win that fight. Like, if he rises up against me, he's actually helping me. So to be honest, I don't really care. He can't muster enough men, even with whoever's in his faction. Yeah, 2,700. So it's calculating this percentage based on just my raw troop count. This here. And I think it's adding the vassals in as well. In fact, it would have to, because otherwise we'd be the same. But they don't factor in the extra, like, 3,400 men I have in my legion. So, yeah, if he does that, we'll win. And that will give me free reign to, you know, revoke his titles and stuff, because he'll be a traitor at that point. So, honestly, it'd probably be better if he just got it over with. But this, my plot, 106, and still no maneuvering on that front. Can I throw money at you? I can, okay. Then you better join me and make this happen. So he's gonna jump in. I really don't want to have to move my spy master, because that's the only thing ensuring that nobody assassinates me here. Assuming he's still loyal to me, which I'm fairly certain he is, because he does like me. Not as much as he did a little bit ago, but he did like me. I'll throw more money at him to keep him pleased with me. Come on, man. What is this? Hold on. Is now tributary of blah 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 due to the inheritance of so on and so forth. So something's happening with the Gepids over here. Okay. So your father died. Oh wait, your grandfather died. You are a tributary of, I believe, this guy. Yeah. Prince question mark. So apparently you beat them and turned them into your federati. Let's see. Non-aggression. I guess that would be in relations, possibly. Rivals, marriage ties, lovers. Wouldn't be in family. Huh. Oh well. None of that directly impacts me, so I'm not that concerned about it. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and end the video here. Unfortunately, obviously this war didn't end in time for us to start that today, but I would very much like to do it soon, so hopefully this war comes to a close sooner rather than later, so that we can, you know, make our move here. Oh, it's actually swinging back in favor of what are you again? What's your faction? I'm just going to call them the Kingdom of Italy. So it looks like it's sort of swinging back in their favor. These guys were up 66% before, and now they're down to 52. So it is still technically in their favor slightly. However, these guys have made a big push. So maybe they can maintain that momentum, and them winning is actually in my favor, because if this peninsula gets divided up between several factions, then I have to waste a bunch of gold and prestige conquering them all individually. But if the Italians hold on to the whole thing, then I can basically take the entirety of Italy in 2 wars, which should be pretty straightforward, especially given that we are stronger than them. But yeah, just patience, I guess. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.